Hey, what's up? This is Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky the Red Power Ranger, and Jeff Brazos, French Fernandez Mercer from Battle Thunder, and you are watching Team Venom.
Hello, everyone, and this is Team Venom Media's Power Ranger podcast. I'm Calista Valentine. With me today is the lovely Paul Baker.
What's up?
Guy Jessup Braithwaite.
Hey, hey.
And Ben Robinson.
What up?
For today's topic, we are going to cover Power Rangers side characters. This can include kind of monsters who were regular appearances on the show, characters like Alpha, just anyone you can think of who was there but wasn't really the main focus. And it can be from any part of Power Rangers, any kind of continuity you want. So I will open the floor. Who wants to go first?
I think you should go, Guy.
Okay, well, I think if we're going to go first, we've got to give it up for Goldar, haven't we?
Definitely.
The Big Daddy.
The big blue monkey.
Yes. I mean, you got to love Goldar. I mean, Jesus. Okay, when Lord Zed came along, he kind of got pushed to the side a bit, but
Definitely.
before then, he was a total badass.
Yeah.
But as well, I did like that when Goldar was pushed to the side, he was just like literally at the side, throwing shade on everyone.
Yeah. The one thing I always remember about Goldar, and it was from the actual film, and it's the one kind of moment where you kind of go, Goldar, what? Is it's a bit with the Pink Ranger's flying down to attack Ivan, and Ivan goes, oh look, it's that cute little Pink Ranger. And Goldar out of nowhere goes, oh, you think she's cute too?
Yeah.
Is there something that's unexplored here within Power Rangers that we should know about?
Yeah. Goldar.
Would that be considered bestiality?
I don't know. He's humanoid, but he's got a tail and wings. I mean,
Oh, remember Japanese version? Him and Scorpina were married.
Yeah, yes.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh man, I did not know that.
Yeah. They were a couple. Yeah. They kind of tried to carry it over into the main Power Rangers, but it didn't really
Translate.
Yeah, it was mentioned that they were like a couple, but wasn't really like, it's like, oh yeah, they're a couple. You know.
I just think that'd be a little bit weird.
Yeah, she's very human looking, isn't she? At least when she's normal sized, anyway.
Yes. Yeah. When I was watching it as a young man, it's like, yes, Scorpina.
Oh,
Lovely Scorpina.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can agree. Ben, anything from you?
Well, I was going to say with Goldar, like he did start off as like a real badass, sort of like leading the group. But when he did get pushed to the side, he kind of fell in with the crowd. Like he almost became more friends with his other little minions, sort of thing. And
Yeah.
I kind of feel like he lost his power status. Like he wasn't as much of a badass. Like he could have probably have left Rita and formed his own little group, and then the Power Rangers had two lots of like worlds they had to fight against. I feel like he could have probably potentially done more and had his own kind of spin-off with like against the Power Rangers, or even maybe jump ship and join them.
I think I remember somewhere in the comics, he did take over after Lord Zed disappeared. After Zordon was destroyed, he somehow survived. I'm not sure. I've not read the comic. It's just things I've seen online. But I'm pretty sure that he did take over from Lord Zed for a while. But then when Zed shows back up, he's like, "Oh shit, yeah, okay, you're in charge." Like instantly, like back to the sniveling like asshole that he was.
Oh,
I did
like
the way
Goldar the
that
bitch.
his character arc had him basically team up with Rita's brother and almost become sort of the bad guy versions of Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like
They did that on the show as well.
Sorry, what's that, Paul?
They did that on the show as well. They teamed up Rito and Goldar towards the end of season 3.
I remember going into Zeo, because of the explosion, they had amnesia, and Bulk and Skull took them in as basically maids and made them wear little maid outfits. Which, yeah, okay. So, but unfortunately, I think as far as continuity goes, Goldar is no more, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a kind of a throwaway line in Beast Morphers where it's when Jason comes back and they mention that Goldar Maximus is there, which is like a clone of Goldar. And he says, "Oh, you know, when our Goldar was destroyed," it's like, "Oh, so he's dead in that universe then." Okay. But is that the main universe or is this another alternate universe? Because in this universe, he's like a 40-year-old Red Ranger. So is it show continuity? Is it not?
Good question.
Was he referring to the Z-Wave?
I think that is the general consensus that the Zordon energy blast, when it purified like Rita and Zordon and made them human, he just got dusted like everybody else. He got Thanos, you know.
I like Goldar, but I like the Goldar of season 1. Like when he was the badass, you know, the comedy one. Okay, I kind of, it was all right, but like when he was the badass, when he was like the general, that's the Goldar I really like.
Oh
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think his importance to the show is just represented in the Go Green Ranger song. You know, Goldar's going to get you tonight. It's like, that's how much of a threat he was kind of season 1, season 2. You know, it was like, even the Green Ranger's going to have a hard time with this guy. You get to the end of season 3 and it's like, okay. About as threatening as a wet tissue, but okay.
But funny.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely agree with you on that one.
I wonder if there's anything more behind the scenes that was going on that they decided to do that with his character. I wonder if, or was it they followed it by the book, by the comics, or because they kind of really took him down a peg to make him being from such a big bad guy to being just one of the others.
I think in a lot of ways, and this is just my opinion, this is not fact, just in my opinion, I think that I remember there was a lot of controversy at the time when Power Rangers was initially airing here in the UK that children were imitating what they were seeing on show on like Children in the Playground, their siblings, things like that. And I don't think it was just here. I think it was kind of, you know, just a general thing, like it's promoting violence. So they did try to tone it down. And I think some of the elements that got kind of crossed over with that was how scary the villains were. I mean, me and Rory have spoke of it before, how Lord Zed, when he made that first appearance and he had the snake that turned into the staff, it was like, seeing that as a 10-year-old, you're like, oh, what the hell? You know? So I think much like they toned Lord Zed down and made him more comedic towards the end, I think they did it across the board with most of the characters. They became less threatening and more comedic, bumbling, like, oh, we're evil because we're evil, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the contributing factor to it.
So more lovable villains, really, isn't it? So you want to enjoy their presence, but you're not scared to turn the TV off, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's not Doctor Who, it's not the Daleks.
Yeah.
No. I remember hiding behind the sofa when those things used to come on the TV when I was a kid, and then my dad moved the TV behind the sofa so I had nowhere to go.
Yeah. I love the
Anybody else
Dalek.
want to mention a side character that has a lingering memory?
Oh, yeah, I got one. One that always sort of resounded with me was Ernie, the juice
Yes.
bar man.
Yeah.
So I loved him. I think I have this like fanning where it's like Ernie knew. The
Oh, yeah.
barman always knows. I think he knew who the Power Rangers were.
Oh yeah, he knew more than he was letting on. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That motherfucker's like R2D2.
Oh
You know,
god.
R2 knows everything, but he ain't saying shit.
Exactly. He knows when to keep it to himself.
Yeah.
But
So
I
they
like-
made it.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say they made him more like the parent role model, really, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because you don't really see
Yeah.
the parents of the Power Rangers sort of thing. So he was kind of like the role model, like the voice of the youngsters to keep them in check in reality, sort of thing.
Do you know what? I was actually just going to say something very similar along those lines. Like Zordon was the kind of moral compass for the Rangers, but Ernie, I think, was definitely the moral compass for the teens.
Yeah.
Like when they were dealing with personal problems, they talked to him about it.
Yeah.
And he would give them advice, or he'd just say something in passing, and they'd be like, "Oh, actually, that helps me with my problem." So I think that the way the show split was like, the superheroes have got their leader, and the teens have kind of got their father figure. The guy they look up to, and all that kind of thing. And I think that very much was Ernie, because I think next to Bulk and Skull, he's one of the longest serving kind of cast members on there, because he was in it right the way through, I think, till the end of Zeo.
Yeah, I think so.
I have to double check my facts, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Zeo, but he needed to lay off the freaking sandwiches. Holy shit. Like, towards the end of Zeo, good God, he was at least pushing 4.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Easy.
Yeah, 'cause
Easily.
he kind of took on because obviously it's martial arts and combat and that, so he was kind of like the sort of sensei in their teenage world, really, wasn't he? In sort of like martial arts sort of
he
terms,
was the health
really.
food guy,
Yeah.
Right, I've just brought up here on my screen 25 best Power Rangers side characters, and this covers everything.
Yeah.
So we might know some of these, we might not. I don't know this one. Mick from Ninja Steel.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay, that's anybody. Okay.
I'll be
Until
honest, I stopped
recognise
watching
name.
after In Space was the last one I watched.
Right. Okay. Boom from SPD.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
I didn't watch much of SPD, unfortunately, so I don't really. Doesn't really ring any bells for me.
He was okay.
Is the principal on the list? Because the principal had quite a lot of roles, didn't he?
He did, yes. I was actually reading up about him earlier. I think I posted it in the group.
Yeah.
It does actually state that the character retired, was completely out of the storylines, but he has made appearances in the comics and things like that. So it's good to know that the character is, even nowadays, still around in some form. Because I think in the comics they're still in high school, so it makes sense for him to be there. But the one thing I always remember about him was just pretty much every episode, Bulk and Skull, detention. Yeah, just every time it was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Rory just took a shot.
Oh,
We mentioned Bulk and Skull.
Well, we mentioned Bulk and Skull a couple of times.
We
I think he
have.
owes us at least a dozen shots.
Devin and Cassidy from Dino Thunder. Anybody watch Dino Thunder?
Yeah, but I don't remember that.
Nope. One that I missed. Oh, it's a shame that Dennis isn't here, because there's one on here from Mystic Force, and I know he loves that one.
All because of the capes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got a little cape. Lieutenant Stone, MMPR,
Yes.
Zeo, and Turbo. He's ranked number 17th.
I love Lieutenant Stone. He is so funny.
Oh, God,
Should have
yeah.
been higher than 17.
He was another one of those characters who started off quite very stern and proper because he was the police guy. And then by the end of it, he ends up running the juice bar, I think, after Ernie leaves.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well, that's a hell of a change. And there were rumors that him, Bulk, and Skull were actually going to go to Europe and star in a spin-off series where they were like basically crime detectives.
I think that would have worked.
I think that would have sounded brilliant. Bulk Skull and Lieutenant Stone fucking around in France. Sign me up.
Yeah.
10 seasons, book it now.
Local school get VD.
Oh, number 16, Ernie from MMPR.
Hey.
I don't know. The only thing that's coming to mind right now is Bulk and Skull, French fried
Wait,
fuckers.
actually, you know what you were just saying about like saying Ernie knew who the Rangers were? There's actually a quote here, and it says, the producers have openly acknowledged that Ernie knew full well who the Rangers were, but kept quiet because of how much he liked them.
See, the barman always knows.
He knew.
See, there could have been a turn with him because he knew who they were. He could have become potentially a bad guy and then used that knowledge against him or something.
That's why they got all that free food.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Always lounging around my goddamn juice bar. I'll get you, Rangers. I swear to God.
You didn't pay your tab.
Presents the nice guy, but actually on the inside he's just bitter and twisted like motherfucker. Nobody really wants my help. Just here, giving juice. Fuckers.
He was a corrupt cop, so they obviously retired him early, so he had to go work at the juice bar to keep paying his bills. And now he's out to get the Power Rangers.
Yeah, he's gonna blackmail him. Oh.
I think we've got to give a shout out to Squatt and Baboo.
Oh yes, definitely Squatt and Baboo. I mean, if you watch them in the original Japanese footage, they actually are like a bit more involved and a bit more menacing.
Well, that's good because I didn't even know what the fuck they were up to on our version.
God, no. They just seem to sort of appear and disappear at random, and sometimes even between camera angles, they would disappear.
Yeah.
Like they'd be here in the background in this camera angle, then they change to this camera angle, they're gone. It was like, did they pop to the bathroom? What happened? So yeah, they should have been around a lot more because the designs were quite interesting. I mean, Baboo was like what, vampire monkey bat thing? I'm not quite sure. It wore a monocle.
That was the C-3PO R2-D2 of Rita's henchman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. Definitely had some very, very camp overtones about him.
Yeah.
I always thought there were a couple.
I did, in all honesty.
Yeah.
They seem very couplish. You know, they argued, they bickered, but they always made up in the end.
You could see them. You could see them in bed together at the end of the day in matching pajamas.
Yeah, Coco.
It's like, Morecambe and Wise.
Yeah. Sorry, you just broke me with that one.
I'll pop Callie.
Oh, Christ.
She's gone. I've got her.
Right. Back on topic. We sort of touched upon the character briefly earlier, Scorpina. Apparently, she's made actually quite a bit of a comeback in the comic books, and basically is a opposing force, like you were saying earlier, an opposing force against the Rangers and Rita. So she's kind of like going after both of them.
All right.
At least that's my understanding of it anyway. Like she was basically becoming the new Empress of Evil. And it was like,
cool.
Interesting turn. So, but I really need to get hold of some of the comic books because I think with comic books, you can definitely flesh out the universe a lot more than you can do in a 20 to half an hour minute, show.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can do. There's only so much character you can build. And if you've got quite a large cast, because if you think about it, the Rangers did have quite a large cast because you had the 5/6 main Rangers, Zordon, Alpha, Bulk Skull, Ernie, then you got Rita, Zed, and all the monsters. It's like, when you think about it, that's quite a large cast, and you've got to kind of give each one their own little bit of screen time.
Yeah, and they were peppering in all these little like sub characters. You had like Richie, you had Zach's cousin, like you had all these little guys peppered in here.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
they were
exactly.
trying to tease
So-
you before the White Ranger thing. Everybody
Yeah.
was thinking, "Oh my God, it's going to be Richie," not
Yes.
thinking it's going to be Tommy.
That was everyone's thought. I mean, at the time when we first watched it, that was everyone's thought. Like the White Ranger thing was like, no, it wouldn't be Tommy. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. And they've been really pushing this Richie guy. He's been appearing in more and more episodes and getting sort of closer and closer. It's like, yeah, it's going to be him. And then all of a sudden, takes time. I'm back. It's like, oh, okay.
And much to Kimberly's happiness.
She fainted. Do you know,
She
like
did.
that? This is one story from my childhood that really annoys me with Power Rangers. Right, that storyline, that reveal got spoilt for me by Clinton's card shop in Burton-on-Trent.
Oh,
I was in there one Saturday afternoon doing a bit of shopping. The White Ranger storyline was, coming up. I go into a shop and they got the sort of 10-inch plushy Power Rangers, and they've got all the colours. And I look at this white one with its black and gold armour. I'm like, what's that? So I pick it up. I look at the back, and it's got them all listed. It says Tommy, the White Ranger, and I'm like,
yeah.
hold on a minute, is he coming back? Literally, the following week, I watched that episode. Takes the helmet off. It was Tommy. I was like, well, I already knew that.
Oh, that sucks.
Thanks, marketing company. You fucked me over. Thank you.
I did not like the White Ranger. I just did not like it. I don't know if I'm preferential to green or what, but I just did not care for the White Ranger.
I can relate. I prefer green. Every
green
time.
here.
I'm just looking through this
Sorry,
list.
my
a bit
daughter's
more.
tablet's going crazy on me. There we go. Okay.
I kind of felt like the Green
That's
Ranger had more
FPV.
power than the White Ranger. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a bit sloppy, the White.
Mm. And Saba was annoying.
Why did that dagger speak in such a posh English accent?
I know. But it's not even a proper English accent. It's like an American trying to do an English accent.
Yes, exactly. I'm just flicking through this list trying to find some more. Dr. K from RPM. Anybody know that one? I know she made an appearance in Beast Morphers.
No.
Nope. Okay,
Nope.
right. Moving on. Trying to find side characters that we all know.
How far up the list are we?
Right, we're on number 4, and we should really talk about this guy. Ninja!
Ninja!
Yeah, the most annoying voice in history.
Oh my God, yes.
I know, that voice did not match
Hard
that
agree.
character whatsoever.
It's like Kermit the fucking Frog on helium. Rangers!
it,
Yeah,
was like Kermit trying to sound like a tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get you for this. Oh no. But he did play an important part. He translated the events of the film into events in the show. So he was quite an important part of the show.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
was he a robot or a bloke or what? I don't know.
No one really knows. It doesn't really say here. I mean,
just
yeah,
like some sort of entity, like, he can switch his head like an Automorphin Ranger toy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I know what he
know.
was. An annoying twat.
There you go. Perfect.
It does actually say here, they
Annoying
meet an
twat.
armored figure who talks like Dudley Do-Right with a quirky sense of humor. So in other words, annoying as shit.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
They had him through the entire season 3, which season 3 just pissed me off because if they would have switched it up, had the Shogun Zords as the the main Zords, like in the
Yeah.
Kaku Ranger,
Yeah.
it was the Shogun Zords that were the main, then the Ninja Zords came in as a supportive. But no, they had to go and switch it. But whatever. We're not here to talk about Zords today.
No, that's another episode coming up.
Yes.
At number 3, we have Alpha 5.
Mm.
Aye, 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 aye,
Aye, aye,
aye.
Yeah.
I I get why
Rangers.
I get why they had him, but like it was just no, he was just like it was too all over the place. He was like too fussy, and he just like he sort of stressed me out to watch him.
Yes, definitely. And I
At least
really didn't like the episodes where they were very alpha focused, where he'd go out and pick flowers and things like that. It's just like I'm
Yeah.
watching a show about martial arts superheroes who beat up rubber-suited aliens in giant fucking robots. I don't want to see a 3-foot high robot going around picking flowers. This is not hippie R2D2. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
At least they cleaned up his suit for the regular series as opposed to the pilot, because that just looks like they went down to waste management, picked up a freaking recycling can, and just beat the shit out of it. So,
I suppose that's true. I must admit, the costume, the actress, I think it's the actress, because I think it was played by a woman.
Yeah, it was good.
The costume they had to wear, one is damn impressive, but two, I bet was claustrophobic as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, you're essentially walking around with 2 bin lids on your head.
I always wonder how they saw out of it, because obviously the lights were always going across the face and that, and how that sort of worked. I've always been curious to know what the vision was like looking out of it.
I'm just looking at a
That's a
picture
good
now
question.
you mentioned that, and it looks like there's a very tiny slit just underneath the visor.
Yeah.
So it will probably be they saw through that, much like in the 90s Ninja Turtles movie. If you look very closely at the costume, at the very bottom of the mask, there's 2 very small eye slits. So for the actors, when they were going, they had to look, like lean their head back and look through these little tiny slits. It's barely noticeable, but you can see it. Right, at number 2, of course, Oaken Skull.
Wait, another shot.
hey, there you go,
We try
Rory.
not to talk about them, but as side characters go, they are the most famous. So,
Yeah, own episode.
yeah. I mean, I think it does actually say that they are in more episodes than any other cast member, because they were there from like episode 1 right the way up, I think, till the end of the Zordon era.
Yeah.
And obviously, we like cast changes and people taking time off and whatnot, people swapped and changed. I think it's only them and David Josh who are the longest serving cast members consecutively. Like them first, him second, I think. I'm not 100%.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Can't
you
beat
couldn't
that for
replace
side
them.
characters. And that shows their popularity as well, to stick around for that long.
And you would like to think they still get residuals.
I think they do.
Oh, win.
Okay, this is a bit weird. Number 1 is listed out of the top 25 side characters, Zordon as number 1.
Oh, piss off. No way.
I consider him main.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, he's mean.
If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be a show. So,
Yeah.
although I did just see on Facebook, somebody's actually mentioned in the comic books, Zordon is going to become the new 6th Ranger.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I was like, interesting to see how that's going to work.
How's he
Is
going to
he
fit a
gonna be
mask
like
on?
Mr. Freeze and have like his own little portable tube? Or, I don't know.
To be honest, from what I saw of the actual like design of the character, it pretty much looks like a Mr. Freeze suit with a dome with his face in it.
Oh shit!
You're not selling me on it, Kelly.
And at that point, everybody went, nope.
I haven't read anything since the Shattered Grid series ended. That's the last thing I read.
I'm still reading that. No spoilers.
I need to get hold of it.
I think
on
they
my
could
list.
do
I'll
it.
shoot you a link in the group chat. I
Yeah.
downloaded them all from there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. I mean, I need to start buying more Power Rangers stuff, because just recently I've been spending money on
The annoying space dragon.
It is a brick.
I could see them putting Zordon like for an episode, chucking him in a suit or something to help them do something that they can't do without his wisdom or something, but not like as a continuous every episode or every.
Yeah,
series.
like if it was an emergency only kind of thing, like in case of emergency attached tube, you know, that I
He's
could
not even in
probably
the
go
same
with.
dimension.
Like the
Is
suit
he?
could be like a robot suit or something he controls with his mind.
What I'd really
Yeah.
like to see as a Rangers thing, and it was kind of touched upon very slightly in the 2017 movie. I'd like to actually see a series or even just like a couple of episodes where it goes back to when Zordon was a Ranger and like his first encounter with people like Lord Zed and Rita and
Oh yeah,
you know, how he
Yeah,
got
yeah.
trapped in the time warp.
pre
Like a
Power
prequel.
Rangers.
I would love to see that because
Yeah,
like I said,
that'd be cool.
what the hell was that though? Sorry, something weird happening on my end. It was briefly touched upon in the 2017 film because he had at the very beginning, like showed that he was the original Red Ranger and Rita was the Green Ranger. I was like, I kind of like that idea. Like they were the first Ranger team and she betrayed him, and that would explain why she had the gold, the Green Ranger coin in Power Rangers. Like she
That's
kept
got
hold of
legs.
it.
Yeah,
You know, there's things they could do with it, and I'd love to see that. But Hasbro are doing their own thing now, and it's only if fans like us keep shouting, do that they'll listen. So
That's screw him. We'll just get Rory to draw it.
well,
Yeah.
There we go. Another free comic book for everyone.
I mean that could be a whole film right there, just a whole film of the origins of it, and then it could lead into a whole series. There's so much they
easily.
could do with that.
Yeah.
That'd be mental.
Definitely.
Creation of the morphing grid.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think time we should wrap it up now. We've been going for about half an hour now. So anybody want to have any kind of final words? Anything you want to throw out there?
Well, I don't see how Zordon can be a sidekick, but I definitely think Goldar should. I think he needs to come back as a bad guy. Like he needs his rep bringing back up a little bit.
Exactly. Well, I mean, they've recently brought Lord Zed back, and from what I've read up about it, he's disappeared off somewhere out in the multiverse again. So if he's come back, maybe he's going to go around and recruit his old team.
So you still have that chrome cod piece?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh dear. Never mind.
Well, he's got to protect himself somehow if the Rangers get too close. You know, he's got no skin. You know. But right. So, anyone else?
Nah.
I got nothing.
Fair enough then. Right, we'll wrap it up then. Right, so this has been Team Venom Media's Power Ranger podcast. I've been Callie. He's been Paul. He's been Guy. He's been Ben.
Hey. Oh, I've got one thing to say.
Oh, go on.
Happy birthday, Rory.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday,
happy
Rory.
birthday.
Happy birthday, you old fart.
You don't
The
look a day
sword
over
onto
200.
our Alpha 5.
All right, so we'll catch everyone next time in the next episode. Mwah. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.